All right, back here, 6:43. We continue with the MMA Insiders every week, 6 to 7, right here Friday on ESPN Radio 1100 and 98.9 FM. Had a chance to track down Jon Jones, the 205 champ. Jon is part of, well, he's nominated on the Guys' Choice Awards on Spike on June 10th. Who's the world's most dangerous man? Is it him or Pacquiao? But we had a little conversation the other day, and we started it off by mentioning the fact that Jon is doing a signing in London, Ontario, this weekend, and we were talking about the U.S. crowd versus the Canadian fans, and if anywhere in the U.S. has the same passion as the Canadians.
Well, I would say my title fight was when I was most overwhelmed, considering that I had most people from my hometown that was there, and a lot of New Yorkers. I felt the New York love and energy, so that was the biggest time for me. That fight was the biggest event for me ever.
Jon Jones with us, UFC light heavyweight champ. So what's going on with the hand now, Jon? There's been a lot of stuff the last couple of days. You're not getting surgery, right?
No, I'm not going to get surgery. I went into the office or the doctor's office, and he had put my hand through quite a few tests, and he said, Jon, your hand's just showing lots of signs of improvement and signs that it's healing, and your hand is messed up enough where we can perform surgery, or we can try to let it heal. And he advised that we try to let it heal. He said that he would have to cut a tendon out of my wrist, and he would have to foul a hole through my thumb and string the tendon through my thumb, and then do some fouling down, and it was a lot of stuff he was going to do to my hand. And he said, if I was a businessman and one worked behind my desk, it would be different. But considering the fact that I'm an athlete and I want to need this thumb to heal and bend and twist and turk and punch and all types of stuff, he actually thought he could be doing me a disservice by putting my hand through so much. So I decided to just tough it out and be patient and wait for great things in the future.
Well, that's got to be a relief. Although it is an occurring injury, right? A reoccurring injury. How much does it hurt when it happens, and how often does it happen?
I don't know how often it happens, but it's definitely the first time it's happened.
Yeah.
And it's very painful. It's very very uncomfortable, and to imagine, getting right back into a training camp with this uncomfort, it's just not very smart, especially at the level that I'm competing. When I'm training, I wake up with a sore neck, sore thighs, my chest is sore, everything in my body is sore, and a part of the peaking process is to manage the soreness and focus on, what can I do that day and what can I do. And, to wake up every day and to be putting myself through hell, basically, with a thumb that's only going to get more sore and more torqued every day, and then try to compete at a peak stage with a hand that hasn't healed properly. Just doesn't make sense for me. I feel bad for the fans who really wants to see the fight right away, but I need to do what's smart for my future and for my career, so I feel that I'm making the right moves.
It's Jon Jones, UFC light heavyweight champ. So, people want you to recover. They want to see you back in there. What's the timetable? What's realistic for getting you back in the cage?
I'm not sure. Dana White, he's discussed a lot of different potential fights now, and it could be Rashad or Phil Davis. It could be Rampage. It could be Hamill. It could be Lyoto. We don't know who I'll fight next. So right now, I'm just focusing on some potential opponents, and studying them constantly, and coming up with new tactics and new strategy and things like that. And I know it'll be at least a month before I can do any real strenuous physical fitness, things like that. And I'm not going to push it. I'm going to wait about that month, but maybe even a little more than a month, to make sure I don't re-injure it anytime soon. So,
Jon, there's a lot.
Can't give you an exact date.
Sorry to cut you off. There's a lot that comes with being a champion. Obviously, there's a lot of adulation, and I don't want to talk about Rashad specifically, but are you surprised, especially with some of the stuff the last couple of days with the surgery, the lack of surgery, and having to back out of the fight, with some of the negativity being hurled your way and hurled towards management? Because I guess that's what happens when you're on top.
Yeah, but it's something I'm prepared for. A lot of times people look at Bones Jones as being like their favorite Power Ranger, and the Power Ranger needs to be on because it's Wednesday night and Power Rangers come on every Wednesday night, and I think people forget that my real name is Jonathan Dwight, and that I'm very human, and I need to make decisions and make choices and sometimes people are going to get their Power Ranger show when they want it and how they want it. So I just try to remember that a lot of people in the MMA world don't actually know me personally, and not to take it personal. The real world consists of me and my kids and my house payments and my family and maintaining good relationships and things like that. That's the real world. And then there's other people who can sit behind a computer and say what they want to say to you because you can fight when they wanted you to fight. So I just try to remember not to take it personal.
All right.
And to focus on my life and my downtime instead of the Bones Jones character.
Now, did you pick Power Rangers specifically? Are you saying that some MMA fans are you saying some MMA fans are juvenile sometimes? Because I'll say it if you won't say it.
I didn't. I actually didn't say that. Maybe I'm a little juvenile because I grew up loving Power Rangers.
Very nice. Well, I'm a lot older than you, so I would have brought up like the Flintstones or something. If you have a chance to fight, I'm real old. We'll stay away from the Phil Davis Rashad Evans fight. But say if you're given a choice, Rampage or Machida, do you have a preference?
No, I don't have a preference.
Yeah.
When the time comes for me to fight either one of them, it would be studying every little flaw about their game and all their strengths and everything, and just being prepared for whoever. So, every fight's a completely different animal, and those two are completely different animals. Rampage is great in some areas, and Machida sucks in some areys. It's vice versa for different fighters or whatever. So, every opponent, you just need to be ready for everything.
All right, there you go. There's Jon Jones. Talked to him a little earlier in the week, and he is going to be part of the Guys' Choice Awards on Spike on June 10th. Who is the baddest man on the planet? Manny Pacquiao or Jon Jones?
I wasn't nominated, so I don't know.
Adam Hill's here with us from the RJ Locally. It's the MMA Insiders. We're going to do this every Friday night. We'll be out next week at Tough Enough, live at the Thomas & Mack and the Cox Pavilion. So we'll tell you next week how to get tickets to that, and that's the amateur show, and sometimes pros are on the card, but a cool deal, and then we'll be bouncing around on Friday nights as we carry from DC and the Sunshine Man into the MMA Insiders. All right, we do something called the Triple Threat. It's basically you have to answer questions on anything. I don't know what's coming. Well, I do because I wrote it up, and these guys came up with the questions. But I know what's coming. But it's not going to be necessarily fighting questions. You ready to go?
Not at all. Not at all fighting questions.
No, not at all. You guys came up.
No,
all right,
completely not.
So Roy Nelson, the pressure's on. And like I said, this potentially can end careers. Probably mine. When I ask a stupid question. All right. This would not be my question. These guys are big movie fans. I don't know if you watch movies.
I don't think we even give you the entire gist of this.
That's
question,
a good point.
So
That's it.
Do it.
Out. Okay. Yeah, gotta do it.
Okay. 2 major movies. Either one came out and one's about to come out. Which one do you have to see more? Bridesmaids, Hangover 2.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to say Bridesmaids since one of my friends already saw it and said it's just like The Hangover.
Which Hangover 2 could be just like The Hangover 2 though.
Or it could be just like Hangover and just put the 2 at the end.
It's a good point. Good point. All right.
I'm not seeing Bridesmaids.
No.
I can't do it.
Well, you don't think women are funny, right?
No comment.
Just because there's a woman in studio, so what?
Women comedians.
Okay, female comedians.
Yeah.
All right.
Girls in general can be very funny.
All right. You're a Vegas guy. So for people around the country who don't know what Vegas is all about, much of it is what we're going to talk about here. I've seen an unusual sprouting up of foot massage places. Should I go?
Are you going for a foot massage?
You tell me.
You tell me.
I don't know. My feet hurt, yeah, I guess. Is that what they do there?
I'm sure you could go to a foot massage and get a foot massage.
All right.
But then you got to pay extra.
For what?
If you want to be happy.
Are you sure they do that to
foot massage?
Are you sure they do that to foot massage places too?
I'm not sure, but I've heard stories.
Is that right? All right. Well, my feet are achy, so. Where do you get your massages? You don't go to the foot massage places?
I don't go to the foot massage.
All right. They're not professional?
They're not professional enough for me.
No, is that right? All right. And last one on the triple threat. I don't know why Adam was outraged on this one, but
it disturbs me.
Yeah, Denny's is doing something called Baconalia, and as a guy who likes to eat, yay or nay on a bacon sundae.
That just doesn't sound right.
Wow, look at that.
Who would it appeal to? I don't even understand this.
Right, it's like bacon chocolate. It could be good. Little crumples of.
How is that good?
They make everything out of bacon now. There's bacon beer. You don't like bacon that much?
bacon, it goes on a sandwich, a burger, on by itself. But that's about it. I mean, I can't think of anything else that bacon goes with.
I'm shocked.
Maybe around meat, something.
It's a bacon sundae. First of all, it's Denny's. I used to love Denny's, but as I've gotten older, I've realized it's really not that good.
There goes the Denny's sponsorship.
They're a sponsor. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's great. It's terrific. It's wonderful. And if you need a late night meal, it's a wonderful place to stop by.
You got the buzzer.
Who came up with the idea, and who's buying this? And they're advertising it.
I don't know. Fat people. I thought we were right in everyone's wheelhouse on this one.
I have to tell you, another failure by the Cracker Jack team over here with Reynolds. We were trying to get the commercial with the guy. Somehow we
he didn't get it?
He's like, bacon sundae. Like, really? You're trying to make it sound appealing to people?
I'd like to try it. I think with the vanilla ice cream or like mint chip.
I think you should try it and then come back and let everybody know if it's worth even
All right.
trying.
Well, if you win this fight, that'll be your bonus. You get we'll take you out for a bacon sundae.
I'm going to lose then.
There we go. Breaking news. Roy is now potentially throwing the fight because he does not want a sundae.
Frank Mir is now minus 400.
Very nice. Quick question. Fights this weekend. It's kind of a lighter schedule. Do you watch Bellator?
I would, but I don't have MTV2.
What?
I don't pay.
You're like a millionaire.
Cox.
Boy, you are frugal.
I bet you Mir has it.
You don't have digital cable?
I have digital cable, but no, I don't have that second tier.
All right. Use your line again. I stepped on it. What was it?
No, I bet you Mir has it.
I bet she does too.
Makes a lot more money.
Yep.
As we learned earlier.
He likes the finer things in life.
That's true. I'm just a fighter.
All right.
I'm just getting by.
Real quick on Bellator. That's tomorrow night at MTV2. I think the best fight on the card is one of the Pitbull brothers. I hope they make UFC eventually. They're 23 and 25 Brazilian kids who train with the Nogueiras. And the younger one fights tomorrow at 145 against Daniel Strauss. Thoughts?
Strauss looked awesome his last time out. I mean, both the Pitbulls look great. Obviously, we saw one go down, but I thought Strauss looked incredible. I'm looking forward to this fight a lot.
Looks like they can't wrestle. Takedown defense.
Yeah.
They're solid, but I don't think this guy may give him trouble.
I think you see a lot of weaknesses